Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial by blenderschool.webs.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this jungle swamp scene in Blender. It's pretty easy to create and I'll be using Blender version 2.73 for this. You can also animate the swamp and the result is good, as you can see here. So let me show you the final scene. This is the final scene. You can see we have got a plane with an ocean modifier for the swamp. A plane with image for the background, a sun lamp with some sun settings, and a camera with some depth of field settings. And also for the depth of field, I've put some branches over here. Okay, so this is good, and so this is the final scene, and you can also animate it and you can play it. As you can see, it's good. So we'll start by creating a new project. So file, new, reload startup file. Let me show you what a pond is. So this is a picture from Wikipedia. You can see the swamp is very reflective and it reflects most of the light, and it has got some subtle waves also. As you can see, it's some fine waves, not much movement. So we'll be creating this itself. So start by deleting the cube by pressing X and then delete, and then press Shift A, and then from mesh select plane. Drag out this panel to view more properties, go to the modifiers tab, add modifier, then select the ocean modifier. Now we have got a big and a mighty ocean, as you can see, but we want a small swamp. So we'll be changing a few settings over here to get a nice swamp. Start by changing the resolution to be 10, and you can also scale it by pressing S and make it small, about the size of the grid floor. Change the spatial size to be 30 to make it more smaller. Change the repeat value to be 2 so it repeats in the x-axis. Move it over here to just cover the grid floor, just about this much. Now change the random seed to, you can change and you can use some nice movement of the waves which you like. I'll be using 2 because even I use that for my final scene, so it's good. Change the depth to be 50. Change the scale of the waves to be about 0.35, and the choppiness to be 2. Okay, and smallest wheel, let me keep it to be 0. Change this to be the cycles render engine. Now the next thing what you're going to be doing is setting up the background. Now for the background I'm going to be using a picture which I found on Google. It's a great picture of a jungle which has got the bottom part removed, as you can see, so it's pretty useful and we can use it. So let's load it into Blender. So I'm going to use the import images as planes add-on for this. So I have to activate that add-on, come to the file menu, then user preferences, and then from the add-ons tab right here, planes, you'll find import images as planes activated by checking the checkbox. Close this and press Shift A, mesh images as planes. Select the image. You can download this image from Blender School if you want. It's known as pond background, so it's this one. The link will be in the description, and then come down to the material settings, change this to be emission, and then click on import images as planes. Now you'll get the plane with the image, so it's pretty useful add-on and we'll be using it. So I'm going to come in the top view and then orthographic view, then press S, then scale it about this much. Yeah, this much is fine. Yep. Then press R, then X, then 90, then enter to rotate it. To see the texture, the image, come into the texture view mode. So you can see the texture, big texture. So you can come in the front view to position it just above the ocean. Okay, so let me get texture. Yep. So the leaves should be down. These leaves should be a bit down, and yeah, and you can push it a bit back, just about this much. Yeah, that's good. A bit more back, I think. This much. Yep. And now we have the background. Let's set up the lamp. Now we'll be using the default lamp for this scene, but just change it to be sun lamp. Change the size to be about 2, and then click on use nodes. We want some slight yellowish kind of color. Okay, very slight. Yeah, so this much is just good. Some slight yellow, it's gonna give nice. And just change the strength to be about 10. I think I use 10, I don't know, something like 6 or 5. We'll be using 6. Place this lamp behind the background, okay, because if you see this picture, the sun is on top, as you can see the light is coming from there, so it should be behind itself. And then come in the right view, then rotate the lamp just to focus on the swamp just a bit. Then in the front view you can rotate it to focus at the center of the swamp, a bit like that. So that's good. So now we have the lamp set up. Now let's set up the materials for the swamp itself. Select the swamp, come in the materials panel, click new. Now you can change this to the node editor for a better viewing. Now basically we're just going to be using a mix shader. So as I told you that a swamp reflects all light, so it's a good idea to use the default the glossy, okay. So if you use the glossy, we get some nice reflection. So delete the default diffuse, press shift A, then from shader select glossy, place it somewhere here, about here. Shift A again, shader, and then glass, because it's water so it should have a bit of glassiness. Change the IOR to be 1.333 of the water, and press shift A, and from shader select mix shader, place it in the middle, connect all these about like this, okay. Now change the FAC here to be about 0.25, okay, so that we get more glossy. And also don't forget to change the roughness of the glossy to be 0. So now we have a nice water material. So I'm gonna just use swamp. So as you can see that we have got the swamp material, but there's a problem in the plane, that if you see the plane's material, the strength is set to be light path is camera array. Just we are going to remove it, so just select it and select remove. Now let's set up the world. So come in the worlds panel and click on use nodes. Now for the world also I'm going to be using an image texture. Now though the world is not seen in the real render, if I just show you that, I can show, no, I don't have it. Yeah, so the world is not seen, as you can see here. The swamp is seen in the background. So we don't want the world to be seen, but we will be changing the world to be image texture by clicking on this small dot over here. Select image texture and click on the small button and then select pawn background, okay. So now it has applied the same background to the picture, to the world. Now let's set up the camera view. So come in the front view using the view menu. Then you can position the camera, you can snap the camera to view, or you can also just come here and you can change these rotations value and everything. I'm just gonna change these, yeah, so that's good, and also the location like that. So now if I just come in the camera view, you can see I have it positioned pretty good. It's good only, I think. So let me just give it a small render. Let me just check what and all I've done is good or not. It may not be good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not so bad also. So anyway, it's pretty good. Only the problem is that this thing is so big. So we'll make it a bit smaller, because we want to show most of the swamp. Okay, put it closer to the swamp itself. And again, let me make it a bit more smaller. Push it down. Come in the texture view just to see if the leaf is touching, because it gives you a nice effect. Let's give it a bit more, just a bit. Yeah, so that's nice. Now you can come in the rendered preview mode just to see. It's looking pretty good. It's not so bad, and you can see you're getting nice reflections also. So that's not so bad. It's good. Let me enable border rendering so you can look on inside what's going on. So it's pretty good. Now let's add some depth of field by adding some branches, okay. So if you see the final render, we have got some slight branches over here. See, as you can see, these slight branches over here. So these are nice effects. So you may imagine that you went to some forest or some, and you found some swamp, and then from the you had a camera, and then you from the branches you took one picture and a video also. So let's add the branches. Now for the branches, you need to download the branches blend file from my site blenderschool.webs.com. The link will be in the description and you can download it.